Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Saturday morning's Messages of Love from Above. So good to see everyone and excited to see what messages Spirit will be bringing in today. So let me get my desktop all set up here and we'll get into the readings. If you are new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. First of all, we've got a great group of people with huge hearts, huge senses of humor, which is a great combination. And so welcome, welcome, welcome. And let me just make this a little bigger. There we go. And we are all good here. So um how the free readings work, if you are new to my channel, I go down in order, first come, first serve in the chat. There's no special list. The chat is it. If you don't want to put your question out there in the public, you can just ask for general guidance or, a general reading. Spirit knows what you want, and we'll pull cards with that. And then, if anyone makes a donation, which I see, Patty, thank you so much for your donation. I do honor that energy exchange, and I'll prioritize those readings, step out of the free readings, dive deeper into those, and then head back. Right now, I'll be on for about 2 hours. I do head out at 12:55 p.m. Mountain Time to go to my Praying Mantis member special session that I have right after this. So if you're interested in becoming a member, check out the link at the top of the video. It'll tell you all about memberships. It's $7.99 a month for the Praying Mantis to get into those sessions, and there's other stuff that you get with that too. You can make a donation of any kind. I don't look at dollar amounts. You can use the super chat at the bottom or in the pinned comment at the top. You can use the Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, or Square. It's also listed in the description box of the video. So that is the skinny. I've been kind of talking about moon energy since we're such emotional beings. We're emotional beings who think. So the moon energy does impact our emotions, which sways us in our life. So I started talking about, we'll see if that continues, right? We'll see if you guys are interested. But Capricorn moon is what we went into this morning at around 9:05 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll be in that for a couple days until Monday morning around 10:32 a.m. Eastern Time when we go into Aquarius. We also have Uranus is going into retrograde, so you also have this because that they roll over Aquarius, so there's this interesting combo with that. We won't go into that right now. But the Capricorn moon that will be impacting you over these next couple of days, and I'm reading from this book here. If you guys are ever interested, it's the Daily Planetary Guide, and there's stuff online for free too if you want to follow the moon energy. But the Capricorn moon, of course, is one of the most organized, practical, and business-like. So we're going to be really in our heads and really thinking, thinking, thinking. And the Capricorn moon brings out our dutiful, cautious, and pessimistic side of us. So be aware of that. And our goals for the future become all important. So we start focusing kind of on our dreams and our future goals quite a bit. And now is a good time to tend to family business. So sorry, act responsibly, take charge of something, organize any part of our lives that we feel has become scattered or disrupted, and set down rules and guidelines, or patiently listen and learn. Well, maybe not that. So watch for the possibility of acting too businesslike at the expense of others' emotions, right? So we might just go into the little in the noggin a little more than normal with all of this. So just be aware of that moon energy that comes in here. Of course, we also entered Virgo sun in the middle of the week. So happy birthday to all you Virgo suns. And just be aware this is also the season that sun influence. They're very body focused, work focused, work oriented. They're big thinkers too. So we got a lot of thinking and organizing going on this weekend, probably with this Capricorn. So this is probably, you might even have like this little instinct to do your spring cleaning here in the fall, right? But there is this cutting away of stuff and getting rid of stuff and really a focus with that type of energy too. So be aware of all that. So that is the skinny on the moon energy. And we're going to dive in. So, Patty, you will be up first for your donation. Thank you so much for that donation. I am going to be using the circular tarot. I love these. Look, it looks like a little sun right there. So, let's take a look and see what we got going on. So, what lies ahead for you after a disciplinary hearing on Wednesday? All right. Well, let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know here. I'm just going to raise my microphone a little bit so I don't keep hitting it all the time here. So, will you win the case and will you find a job quickly? All right, let's take a look and see what we've got here. So, this is all about the win or not. And this is what else do you want us to know about Wednesday? Okay. All right, Patty, let's take a look here. Well, right off the bat, you've got the Six of Wands. This is the victory card. You have the victory wreath. You're being seen and set up. So this really tells me that this would be a win for you. It feels very positive, and that you're seen and you're heard as well, which I really like that here. Um, oh yeah. So I do feel here. It is a You have Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, but the Queen of Pentacles is about abundance. It is about this, freedom, about free of a lot of the lot like the Empress. It's free of a lot of expectations, and it is abundance, and it's new birth, and all of this. So I do feel like you'll find a job quickly too, but I feel like the with this win, it really helps. Now, you have two cards here. Don't be scared of these two because these are both nines, which is the hermit's journey, and it is the ending and beginning of things too. And we like this because the nine of wands represents like this barrier that you've had and the fears, the nightmare. It's like the nightmare is over. A lot of the fears of the supposed to, the should, the need to, the have to, the must are laid aside, and you're grabbing a hold of your power and able to walk through the block that was there before. So all of this, there's been some great reflection on here, and I feel like Spirit is saying that the reason why all this happened was to show you what you needed to see about yourself and your abilities and what you're able to do and how you're able to like live your dream of your heart and not get stuck in the mind, right? So I like this, um whatever unfolded here in this particular job. It it always happens for us, and sometimes of course we get into toxic relationships with people and work and jobs and different things, and we won't let go of it because we're afraid, right? That's where those nine swords, we're afraid of what will people think, and we can't leave. What if I don't find another job or a relationship, whatever it may be? And it's like sometimes things happen to nudge us in the direction, this kind of Spirit just kind of nonchalantly bumps into us and goes boom. So we're like, whoa, and then we end up going in a direction that's more in alignment with us, and this all is in alignment with our higher self. They don't, rule over our lives. Our higher self does, right? So I like that. And then let's take a look here. Yeah, at your at the next job you have coming in here. Well, let's start with these two because I do like these. You've got the World, which is an ending of an old cycle and the beginning of a new one. And you've got the Four of Pentacles, which is a solid foundation in the outside world. There's also this energy of home. So I don't know if you're contemplating going to somewhere that feels like home. That would be supported here too. But it would be a new adventure because this World card here, it's the last one in the major arcana, which is the ending of a cycle and the beginning of something that's free of expectations. It's like a child when we're first born, everything's an adventure. There's no limitations until society and parents and teachers and everyone else starts putting us in a cage going, no, 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 right? Or rewarding us with, yes, you're doing that. We want the reward. So we're trained, right, through praise and punishment. Well, this World card is a new journey free of all that, which is great because here is the ending of this. Here's the fear. Here's the expectations card. I call it that because it's expectations, disappointment, and what feels like heartache to us. But we've got the 10 of swords, like after the 9 of swords that you had. They're not dead. They're just exhausted from trying to live up to everyone else's expectations of the world and everything else. And there's this freedom that comes in here. So we have this, this change, this wonderful release that comes in here. So I do love this coming in, and we are good with all of this because there's this freedom that happens, this freedom that happens with this ending of the old ways of doing things, and this opening. So it's like a nudge for you to go in to do what you're wanting to do and head where you're wanting to head. And um, it's like more so living your dream and headed off into something that makes your heart sing and makes your heart feel full instead of meeting the fears of the outside world. So that is what is coming in here. And I'm not sure if the chat is frozen. I haven't had anyone say anything here, so um, I'm going to try something here just to make sure. Okay. So Angelique, I see that popped in there. So I've had one. So I don't know if something weird's going on with YouTube or not. So I apologize if you guys are posting anything. Just gonna take a quick screenshot here, and I'm gonna try closing out of the pop-up and see if that restores here. All right. I think it looks good here because maybe it's just a slow morning. You never know. I had once before where suddenly the chat just went and it like caught up. So apologies if you guys are talking to me and I don't see anything there. So we'll continue on here though, because I do have another donation that came in. All right. So thank you so much, Angelica, for your donation. So we will go to you next. And hopefully that helped, Patty. Sorry. Thank you for your donation. I got distracted. But hopefully that helps. But I like it for you. It seems very positive there. All right. So Angelique, you are a Virgo. Oh, so you're happy Virgo season to you. And you met a Cancer. From yours. All right. Is he interested? Mixed signals. Oh, okay. A Cancer, mixed signals? No way. Oh, okay. Ah, very cool. All right, let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know here about this mixed message Cancer. See what we got here. All right. All right. Yeah, I see. That makes sense. Let me just look at these other ones here. All right. So I see where the mixed messages are here, especially with you have just both of you both recently broke up here. The Three of Cups represents like the heart being torn in different directions. So, Cancer signs, of course, are ruled by the moon and they've got a lot of emotion. And so they don't um they don't cut off emotion very fast, right? Their emotions run deep. It's like if you're ever trying to pull a weed that has this deep root and you pull it and it breaks off at the top, you're not done with it. It grows back, it keeps growing back. Well, they're really wanting to get the root and bring that past emotions and relationship off into a more secure place. They don't want it to keep growing back. So that's why I feel like there's mixed messages that are happening there. they're distracted a little bit in their emotions trying to, it's like you go out to them in their garden and they're all, you know, having this big root that they're trying to pull out of the ground. They're like, uh-huh. They're talking to you, but they're focusing on pulling out the root too. That's what they're showing me in my head. So I see that there, and then we also have, of course, we got the Five of Pentacles, which is the feelings of abandonment, being left behind, being left out in the cold, and the Strength card here, which is this looking higher in this transformation that's happening. So there are these emotions of feeling abandoned, being left out in the cold, and this transformation that's happening. It is going to go a little bit slow for now, but it's so that you both can do your inner work, connecting to your higher love, because that's what this represents. The lion doing, they're taught to look outside of themselves for their feelings of wholeness and abundance in relationships, situations, and things. But those things, of course, disappoint because when humans go into fight or flight mode, they will withdraw, they will abandon us in a lickety split, right? They'll pull the rug out from underneath us, take the shirt off our back for their own survival. And that's where we get these abandonment feelings that come in. But when we get tired of that, that's when the lion turns upward to its higher self, which gives us everything that we're looking for. So there is this little time for both of you to look at, okay, humans let us down, but I can find my wholeness inside, which that transformation is necessary. Otherwise, we'll continue to do what we've always done and end up with what we've always got. And we don't want that. That's lower vibrational human love. And we're looking for higher vibrational connection to spirit, which transforms how we love in the outside world. Because when we're looking for our higher love in the outside world, it falls short because it can't give us what we're looking for, which we find in here, right? So we look at the world as lacking and disappointing, and they hardly ever meet our expectations. But once we turn inward and upward, and we're like, there is what I've been looking for. Then we stop looking at the outside world as something we need and lacking, and we find what we need on the inside and feel abundant. And then the outside world is above and beyond extra and overflow. And it changes our whole perspective. Not a world of lack and disappointment, but a world of extra and overflowing. So I feel like there is this little pause with, before you move there, that you guys are doing the work. You are putting in the blood, the sweat, and the tears, which is the Eight of Pentacles. It shows that you guys are doing your inner transformation, working on your own selves, your relationship, your outside world. And that's a positive card because it means that things in the outside world do spin forward and move forward. And we do have both here passion ignited, new energy, and we've got the King of Cups balancing heart and mind. So I like all this. There's this heart and mind and passion that all unfold here. So, but the key to it all is this: doing our inner work is very important there. And then, of course, then we have the 10 of Pentacles, feeling abundant and overflowing, Empress. I mean, you've got all this, and here's even the home card, feeling secure and full at home. So let's like kind of feel like you're going home. But you've got the Empress, which is new birth and sensuality, positive abundance. All three of these are very abundant cards, especially the 10 of Pentacles, which ends up feeling like this. We're in a relationship. We've got, the children, the dog, the ancestry, the palace, the coin. It's like our outside world feels very full and complete. And like I said, I feel like it all comes down to, you know, the um the Eight of Pentacles with the Strength card, which is the major arcana number 8, which is inward and upward. That's where it starts. And then everything else just flows beautifully there. So I do like it. It does feel like it moves forward, and but it has to start inward because we can't love others more than we love ourselves, right? And so the more we raise our own love vibration and we raise it higher, then the more um, we're able to love the outside world humans too. So, ah, well, okay, so that does make sense though. That is hometown, right? So that I thought you said town to his town, but I'm like, I feel like you're moving to your hometown. So I like this. It's very strong. It's very secure, and I feel like given the time and allowing things to unfold, it definitely. I feel like it moves forward towards those. But the important thing is we have to find all that within our own selves first. So I like that for you, Angelique. And again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. You are very welcome. All right. So I think that is it for my donation. So we will start with the free readings. And so, Dijona, you were up first. So you want to know what Spirit wants you to know right now, whatever comes out here. So let's take a look. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. Well, all right. Well, I do see here you are heading off on this new adventure very quickly here. You've got the Knight of Wands, which is the fastest moving knight out of them all, and the full card, the zero, the beginning of the major arcana. So there is this new leap, this new start, this new sudden fast movement into new area of your life. And I like this for you because you've got the 6 of Pentacles. It does show here that it's balanced and it's abundant for you in the outside world, whether that is love or money or whatever time. It's you have this gift that is given to you that you're able to give to others too. And the 8 of swords, don't this is a great card to get because eights are flowing cards, and this is about you have become aware of your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets that have made you feel blinded and bound and trapped here in thought. And so I feel like something bursts because the full card is this new adventure free of a lot of expectations, free of a lot of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts, which allow you to move forward quickly. And I like this. So once you free your mind from whatever this is, whether it's relationship, job, education, where you live, whatever these thoughts that you were these fears that kept you in place, you're like busting out of the cage and you're able to move forward in a direction very quickly because you have the, of course, drive and ambition to do it. It's just this was the one thing that was kind of like a chain or a rope holding you back that once you break that, you're just off and running. So I like that for you, Dijana. That is what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. Hey, Kritika. Hi. And hello, Kevin. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I am doing much, much better. Thank you. And then I see you guys ask questions. So I'll get to those here in a moment. Thanks for saying hi first. And Daisy, you are up. So what will be the next 3 months for you? Just a random question. What does Spirit want you to know about these next 3 months? What is of importance here, right? Let's take a look here. All right. Well, you do have victory, and this is, it's being in the wreath and the victory. Um, and I like this. Here's you got also the King of Wands coming in here, so you really step into your power over these next 3 months. And I like this. It's like you rule over your energy, and so you're. I feel like there's this focus and kind of recognition from spirit, with this 6 of Wands that you have been learning and you've been putting into practice. Where am I focusing my energy? Am I focusing it on what I want or what I'm afraid of? Or what I don't want, or what I feel is missing, or what I fear will come in or leave. When we focus on those things, we draw it in, right? And I feel like with this King of Wands, they're saying that you are stepping into your power more and more. And as you're doing that, you're focusing on what you do want, like Spirit's been talking about. We walk into a bakery, a little kid does, and there's this glass counter with the donuts in there, and he's pointing at this donut over and over and over again, and so the baker, they bring a dozen of those donuts to the kid, and he's like, "Well, I hate these. Why'd you bring me these?" And he's like, "That's what you're pointing at." And you're like, "Oh," and so the baker goes, "Might I recommend that you point at what you love, and I'll bring you dozens of that instead." And that's what I feel is coming in here is, like, one recognition that you've been doing this, and, this has been unfolding here, and this is cool. I like that the more you're focusing on what you're grateful for and what you're being granted, then, more and more comes in. So, I really like it for you. It feels very abundant and it just covers every area of your life. And I feel like that's why they're bringing all that in because whatever you focus on, whether it's, appreciation for the people you do have in your life, for the grades you're getting, for all this stuff that you appreciate, that multiplies and brings in more of that. So I like that for you, Daisy. That's what they want for you right now. They're like, that's, you know, random answer. No, not random answer, but it's a random question of it's a general. And so they're saying generally overall, this is like the big theme we want you to know because it's changes every area of your life. So I like it. And that's what they have for you, Daisy. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Keel, hello, hello. You are up next. So messages from that spirit guy. You had a vision on the bus that one time. So let's see, what message do they have here for you? Whoa, so that's whoop. Did I drop any? Nope. So these are it. Okay. So they've got this message here of the 10 of Cups, which is joy, celebration, emotional fulfillment. And they're showing here this combination. It comes in, it's like they're saying you can find this feeling of your emotions overflowing if you leave behind old ways of thinking and move forward, right? So this is like they're like you're in a constant river of leaving things behind and always moving forward, always on a river. They're saying that there's you don't reach like a destination in this lifetime. It's constant movement, which is interesting. So they're saying that we're not, there's not a land on the other side. We're continually moving towards something, but it's the journey that matters. It's the movement that matters. The Four of Pentacles shows us, there's also this message with the Four of Pentacles that the outside world doesn't fill us up, right? They're telling us that home truly is up above, capital H home. So, we're already there. We don't need to get anywhere. We're already there. It's like a solid mountain. We are a perfect mountain and we're just exploring it. And so it's like there's this this is like an exploration of things that we're, trying to discover things. And it's the discovery that's exciting, not getting to a destination, because someday we will. We'll return home, and that's when we find the perfection again. But we're discovering more about ourselves. And the Four of Pentacles is this message too that we're taught, of course, to look outside of ourselves for our wholeness and our completeness. And when we do that, you know, we're taught to look at our um, our relationships. We're taught to look at our you know um, hey, relationships. Sorry, I got distracted because it looks like my thing is off here. So sorry. I'm just gonna double check something real quick here. I don't mean to interrupt your reading there. Just want to make sure live chat is on. Okay. Yeah. I don't think it did change anything. Okay. So we're taught to look at our relationships, our situations like education, all that, and then also things, our body, our bank account. All those things are unstable though. And so when we look for them for our wholeness, that's where our disappointments and our exciting journeys happen. We have these fears of losing all this stuff. So I feel like they're telling you here, this is the journey. This is the journey. Focus on the journey. It's funny that they were on a bus. They're like, we're always headed into somewhere. We're always in a direction. So it's like they're saying that we're always in motion, and that's why they wanted to appear to you on a bus. That's hilarious. But that's what's coming in here right now for you, Keel. So hopefully that resonates for you there. All right. And then Kritika, you'll be my next free reading, but I do have an additional donation. Thank you so much, Crow's Nest. Thank you. Thank you. Good to see you. Hello. And then you're like, Hugo's current feelings and next actions towards you. All right. Whoa. All right. Evidently, there are messages here. They're flying out here. So it's two and one and two. What else do we have here? All right. I went to that one and that those. All right. Then they went. That's the unseen. All right. Oh, ooh, look at you. All right. Well, we got 21241. 21241. I don't know what that means, but we'll stick a look here. Okay. Well, we do see here there's you got him thinking here with this king of uh king of swords here. They're the master of thought and belief. So you really set them off spinning into their head, but you also have the king of wands here, which is action. So this is three parts thinking, one part action, which I kind of feel like maybe this is where they've been, and it's like, well, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Um, so I like this energy though, because yeah, because then you have the emperor. So I like that we move from two kings into the emperor, who is pretty much like the king of wands on steroids, because they're the emperor of the major arcana, who is Aries energy, movement, action, decisions, putting form around ideas and thought, and then taking action on it too. So I like this because there is action to be made, and we'll see what all this unfolds to be here. Yeah. So I see here, here is the Queen of Cups. So this is like totally on the other end of the King of Swords, because the King of Swords is master of thought. She's the master of emotion. And here's the connection to the higher self. This coming in here. And I like this because at the core of everything in our lives, and I feel like this is kind of like a pause before giving you their next actions here, because they're like, you're going to find what you're needing within you, not within anyone else, right? So there's like, when you get into your gut, when you dive deep into your emotions, that's where you find your higher self, and that's what you're truly looking for. So regardless of their choices and their decisions, it's like spirit is bringing you back to your own high heart, to your higher self, saying, they're not going to be able to meet the expectations of what your higher self is able to give you. So I feel like they're they're almost, you know, um not preparing you, but letting you know that when we have a good clarity of where our heart can be filled from, that changes everything, right? Because if we are looking outside of ourselves for our wholeness, then we are this hungry, roaring lion who's hangry. They're hungry, angry, and they're demanding and they're roaring, right? But when they get to that point, that's when they turn to their higher self and they realize, oh, that's the unconditional love we're looking for. They can't bring it to us. So when we look to the outside world, they always are going to disappoint until we turn inward and upward and we find our wholeness. And then we see that, oh, I don't need you to be anything for me. I am everything I need for me, but I want you and you're above and beyond extra. So it changes from this, energy of where they're falling short to where they're above and beyond extra. So let that be the focus. And you're saying that you do love yourself and you have this connection. So that's good. So then you're just, I feel like they're saying, just remember that as they're taking their actions, go, okay, you know, I want them to do certain things, but give them leeway, right? Don't make it black or white, all or nothing. It's like be a good is it a moderator? No, mediator. Be a good mediator between your heart and them, of going, all right, that that's acceptable. I'll take that, because of course we always do a cost benefit analysis. Even when we have our love, it actually makes it harder for people because we've got everything we need inside of it. It's like, I can take it or leave it. And if it's not worth it for us, for the energy we have to invest in it, you know. So I like that. I do see that they are gonna be making decisions here with the Ace of Swords and communicating it to you here. So I like that, and let's see what they're gonna communicate here. Alright. Yeah, so, of course well, let me see if I can let me put them in the order that they showed up here. So we've got the 8 of Wands, which is fast-moving action, passion. So there's definitely passion and action that comes forward here. We do have the Tower card, which does tell us that I feel like they're going to make this decision here. They are there is movement with both of these cards here. And here's the 2 of Swords, where I feel like this is where you feel they have been sitting at a crossroads, not making decisions, right? So, it feels like here that they're closing their eyes to open their heart, and there is change, there is movement, and it feels sudden. And there's this clarity that comes in because regardless of whatever happens, the Tower card, of course, tells us that things are moved out of our lives, both of our lives, whatever, to make space for what is meant for us and to clear the way for us to move forward on our path here. So there is movement, there is leaving behind old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking. And this, I do want to clarify this, of course. We're going to get a little nosy because that can go either way. And I'm like, why are you leaving us like, tune in next season to see what happens? I'm like, no, we want to know now. Okay. Right. You do want to know right now, right? Yeah. You're like, well, it's going to be, for your always for your benefit, right? So it is good, whatever the result is here. Wow, okay. So tell me, is this okay? They're just kind of leading me in the same story here, but let's see what unfolds as I start talking about it. Because we've got the World card, which can be victory and it's ending of old cycles and beginning of a new adventure that's free of all the expectations. The Nine of Swords represents, insomnia, nightmare, but these are all the supposed to, the should, the need to, the have to, the must around relationships. And the World card is the ending of this and the beginning of something that's free of expectation, this opening, that's there. So, we've got fast movement again with that 8 of Wands. We've got the Knight of Wands, the fastest moving knight, new higher love, and then here is the Queen. That I feel like this is that you get she gets what she wants, because the Queen of Wands, the Queen is the one who voices her heart, and the Knight is who brings it to them. And so, they dispatch the Knight on the quest, and I feel like the Queen gets what she wants here. So I feel like there is this um massive change that happens here, though. And I feel like a big piece of it, you're a Leo too? Okay. That makes sense. That it is so much about, again, being a mediator and allowing, you know, it's like this is what, like you said, you told them you wanted commitment and that they need to tell you how you feel and where they want to go with it. And I feel like they're gonna think of, what is all this, is this what I want? Blah, 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 blah. It makes them really, choose. And here is it's an ending and a beginning. I feel like we're leaning towards that the queen gets what she wants in this situation, but there's also this, it's like you have to reward the knight for their quest that they have pursued, right? And I feel like there's this um like I said, this need to not, it's like I want a commitment, but what does the commitment mean, right? Are they going into a prison sentence? Or is it like, this is all I want. I just don't want, you know, I want to be the only one that you're seeing, that's pretty much it. It's like, I feel like defining it a little more for them to show them that it's not a cage, because Leos, you don't like to be caged either. But you don't want different people feeding you all the time. It's like, I just want the same source. Yeah, and we've got the death card, endings and new beginnings, so it does. And here we have on the bottom the new love, the higher love, though, with the page. I just, I'm like 50%, 51% sure, but they're like hiding it from me for some reason. Yeah, I don't know why they're saying it's a moment of learning and reflection for you. Because here's the passion and the fast movement and the hermit card, which shows you turning inward and upward and looking at your path here too. I don't feel like it necessarily means you're going to be by yourself. I just feel like it's important for you to take your alone time to understand what you're truly wanting as well. So I don't know. Maybe we'll try again in a little while. But I just feel like they keep looping me going, yeah, it's ending and it's beginnings. I'm like, yeah, but is it, an ending beginning, like you're taking it's going to another level, or is it going separate? And you have a new love come in that is who you're looking for. And they're just like, no, not telling you. So I'm not sure. And we got the lover's card. Okay. Emotional choices. So I feel like we're getting towards where the queen gets what she wants, but what's going on with your guides? Why are they hiding it? It's the anticipation. They like making you wait. Is that what's going on here? Ah, okay. So they're just wanting, again, they're coming back to letting go of expectations, letting go of the fears, the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, the wants. So while they're taking their time thinking, this is your journey of facing your fears. What does it mean if they don't? Why is it important? What are you fearing if someone doesn't want to make a commitment? So the pause is to have you experience the fears that happen during the pause, which is great. It's what happens to all of us, right? We're like, Why?" It's while you wait. It's like, what does it mean? It's like when you're waiting for test scores or medical test results or someone's decision or whatever it may be. It's like, it's killing me. And it's like, okay, but it's in the pause that we learn so much, right? It's that we learn, what am I fearing? What outcome am I fearing and why am I fearing it? So that's why they're not telling me the total. But I feel like they're saying, don't worry, you're going to be happy about it in either case. Because either way, you do have your self-love that you fill up and overflow, and you do find the love that you're looking for in the outside world too, in either case. So they're like, just know that in either way it works out for you. It either is with them and it's like, wow, it goes to another level, or they decide not to and you go, thank you for being my teacher, I'm ready for my next the individual that can match my higher love vibration, right? So I feel like that's what they're kind of saying is, look at your fears while you're waiting, but just trust that the outcome is going to definitely be for you. That's the Tower card too. anything that happens in our life happens for us, even though sometimes our human, while the tower's burning down, goes, "What's happening?" And then they're like, "Oh, that's right. It gets replaced by a castle, upgraded, updated castle." But that's what they have coming in for you, Crow's Nest. So hopefully that helps. And I think I pushed your guides as far as I can on that right now. So many blessings to you again. Thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Okay, very good. Hey, Kimberly. Hey, Benita and Sonia. So sorry. All right. Yeah, please do. Now I'm invested. All right. So we'll jump back up to the free readings here. Let me just take a sip of my coffee. There we go. So, Kritika, we left off with you, and I'm going to know, did your crush want to talk to you after class today? Ooh, you think you didn't get the signal in like a complete. Oh, oh, I think they did, but that's okay. You got the lovers card, so there is this draw together. So I feel like they did, but it's okay. It's important with the 9 of Pentacles here for you to feel independent and okay with being with yourself, with spirit, and that's all right. Now you know, you're like, okay, you know what? There is this draw, so I will, and it's not being an idiot, we just they weren't obvious enough, and that's okay. If you didn't recognize it, there's a reason why you were blinded from it in the moment, right? And I like it. It's almost like spirit is going, well, part of their journey is to be more obvious. And so don't think that you're an idiot. Just go, oh, now that I look at it, I'm thinking, I think maybe they did. And that's okay. Now you'll be more attentive to them and they might be a little more obvious about it too. And that's okay. They're showing you with the 9 of Pentacles is you're developing your worth and relationship to the outside world with spirit, and so are they. And so just know going, oh, okay, rephrase that, uh when you like, "Oh, I'm an idiot," it's like, "No," look at yourself more positively. This is what the 9 of Pentacles is. This is part of your journey to not judge yourself so harshly, to go, "Okay, there's a reason why I didn't see it, and I'll pay more attention." But that everything happens like, take on this belief that everything happens for you instead of that thing happens to you, right? Because then you're like, okay, so now they'll be even more like, hey, or they might sit by you in class if you guys don't have assigned seats, or they'll do something to make it more obvious, right? But I feel like there is a draw there. So just give yourself some grace, Kritika. So that is what they have for you. I like it. I like it. All right. And then Kevin Todabuin, you are the next free reading that's up here. You're so funny, Kritika. All right. So Kevin, you want to know, how will Akshat feel when he sees your new look next time you meet? All right. Let's take a look here and see what their reaction is. All right. Well, we've got the 10 of swords is the release of expectations, and I like this. This means that they see you as someone who's not trying to live up to what everyone else wants you to be, and that you're being true to yourself. And the 6 of cups is nostalgia. I feel like it spawns something within them that makes them go, wow, it's like you remind them of someone or a memory from the past. And I like that. I like whatever this is, it feels very home feeling. And so I like this new look. They're just like, it triggers some childhood memories in a positive way with it too. I like it. I like the rebel feel of the cards coming in together here. And they like it too. They're just like, all right, someone who's being true to themselves and not trying to fit in and doing all that. So that's what I feel is coming in, Kevin. So hopefully that resonates there. But that is what they have. So many blessings to you. All right. You are very welcome, Kuchika. All right. Anya, Ahuya. Hello, hello. And you want to know Sarang's feelings towards you. All right. Or Sarang's, depending on how you say that. My apologies for mispronouncing if I did. I'm pretty sure I did. All right. Let's see. Let's take a look here. What are the feelings towards you? All right. Wow. They are going through this rebirth here. They are kind of in this hermit mode where they're really self-focused on this kind of rebirth that they're going through in their life. Endings and beginnings, significant here with both the death card in the major arcana and the hermit card of the major arcana. So I feel like right now their energy is more inward, 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 inward. Whatever this major shifts and changes that have been happening has really turned them very introverted at this time. So it's not saying that there's no feelings there for you or anyone else, but I feel like it's totally the spotlight is on their own heart and their own what's going on with them. And they're not really focused on how they're feeling about people. I feel like they're more focused in on life. I don't know if they've had like a physical death in their life, but whatever this has been has shook them to the core to where they're really just going, what am I? Who am I? What do I want in life? Woo, it's like this deep, deep, huge, transformative type of energy. So right now, I don't feel like they're outward focused at all. So that's what they have for you right now. So if they feel like distant and withdrawn, that something triggered them. It's not you. It's like them with everything that they can. So that's what they have for you, Anya. So many blessings to you. And then Starfall. Hi. So you want to know, are you going to get your place in order? You need to do a lot of stuff in it before 2023 ends. Oh, okay. Very good. Well, now's the time to do it with this Virgo energy and this Capricorn moon this weekend. You can get a lot of stuff done. Motivate, 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 right? Let's take a look here and see. Will you get stuff in order? Yeah, yeah, I see here. I feel like you've got the nostalgia card coming in here and the Two of Cups, which I feel like a lot of the order stuff, it's almost like you get drawn into with this Five of Swords, which is the conflicting of your mind. When you're trying to get stuff and get stuff in order, I almost feel like you get I just they're showing me like you get a box and you're gonna sort through something, or you're gonna get rid of something or adjust something, and you start to think about, well, that's when this happened and that happened. What about this? And what about that? And I feel you get drawn off out of focusing because you get drawn into your heart, you get drawn into memories, you get drawn into partnerships and friendships and relationships with people. And I feel like you have the possibility here. It's just like you just have to with this conflict in the mind here between doing what you're wanting to do but being drawn outward. It's about mental focus, and I feel like if you instead of looking at it as an entire, I got to do all this stuff. Really, it's like they're telling you to break it down into small little things. Like, I don't know if you're a list maker, but make a list, put it on a calendar, put time bound stuff on a calendar, schedule it, and don't let it, if it's important to you, don't let anything take its place. Don't go like, well, I can do that later. Go, no, I need to say, I can't go do that, or I don't want to go do that. I have plans already. And the plan is for me to do this and to make it a priority if it means that much importance to you. Right. And I feel like that's why they're saying, if it's important to you, then put it on the calendar. If it's not important enough to put on your calendar and block time for it, it's really not as important as you're making it to be. Right. So I feel like that's what is coming in there. That's interesting. Now I need to get my calendar out. Let me put my stuff on my calendar. So, all right. But that's what they have for you, Starfalls. So many blessings to you. And then showers of blessings. You're up next. So, September month for you. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about September? All right. Well, it is a month here of you really turning inward and upward and discovering your self love. We've got the human self that is turning upward to the higher self for this Ace of Cups, this chalice, the Holy Grail, where Spirit brings you this love that fills you up and overflows. So, September really is a month where you're discovering what the lion discovers, which is that the outside world is fickle and unstable. Yay, and disappointing. How exciting, right? But that is what happens. We come here on this journey and we are taught to find our what we're hungry for and thirsty for, look at relationships, situations, and things, but all those things are unstable, right? Um, People change, people pass away, people walk away. So relationships unstable, right? Situations like jobs, education, constantly changing, and things, our bodies break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, stolen, right? Hopefully our bodies aren't stolen, but things are. And so we realize when we're depending on those things for our sustenance and for our to fill us up, it falls short. It is empty. And so what we do then is we eventually get hangry. The lion is roaring in the jungle. And that's when our higher self reaches out and we begin this joining together and finding the love we're looking for inward and upward instead of outward. And then it changes everything. We become full and overflowing in the world instead of feeling like it's falling short, becomes above and beyond extra. We find this 10-course meal in our heart with 2 desserts. And we realize the outside world was disappointing because it's a dessert bar that has 3rd dessert and a beyond. Can always make room for more dessert. Just because we find all that inside doesn't mean we don't want more dessert. We're like, hey, but we don't depend on it like we did before. It doesn't fall short and is empty. It becomes abundant and overflowing. And I feel like this is a big, huge ignition or progression forward during the month of September for your higher love. So I like that for you, showers of blessings. And that is what they have for you. So many, many blessings to you. All right. And we'll continue moving down the list here. So, Goldie, you are up next in like a higher self message. And I have these higher self oracle. And I'm going to pull a card here for you. So, what does your higher self want you to know? Nope, none of those. All right, there it is. Wow, look at this beautiful card. So, you got freedom. And let's see what they say here. So it starts off with a quote from Viktor Frankl. It says, "It is this spiritual freedom which cannot be taken away that makes life meaningful and purposeful." And it goes on to say, "Have you been feeling as if you are stuck under the submission of another person, forced to remain at a joyless job, or do you feel obligated to fulfill the expectations of family rather than follow your dreams? Have you been feeling a major sense of constraint when it comes to speaking freely or even thinking freely? Your higher self comes to remind you that you have the power of choice and that restriction is an illusion and is a result of limited thinking. You have the power to chart your own direction, choose your own path, and create a meaningful life. Sit down and think of all the things you desire to do and desire to change, and invite your higher self to help show you the way. Many people believe that they must submit to the will of the world, and the way of the world is to comply and fall in line. However, the will of the spirit is more powerful, especially when it is free. You're being asked to expand your thinking. You may have fallen into a trap designed by the ego's thought system, which is negative and fear based, lower vibrational energy, right? So, this thought system will have you believe that you are helpless and powerless to make changes aligned with the will of your heart. Your higher self wants to remind you that you are spirit, therefore, you are powerful and capable of freeing yourself from your circumstances, but you must believe and trust. Take at least one step toward freeing yourself from a job you would like to change or from a relationship that no longer serves you. Be brave enough to speak freely and share your ideas and your truth without guilt. This will help you feel free. Once you take these steps, you will remove the chains of restriction from your life and celebrate the freedom that is your birthright. Wow, what a powerful message. So, that's what they have for you, Goldie. Fly high, and freedom. So many blessings to you. I love that message. All right. We'll continue moving down the list here. And so, Lynx Lee, hello, hello. So, who is coming towards you? Let's take a look here. See, what does Spirit want you to know right now? Oh, well, um, your future marriage partner is coming towards you. Four of Wands is joy, celebration, but a marriage card in the Two of Cups, important relationship, love. With this combination, it just screams here that your future spouse is on their way headed towards you here. So, very positive cards. I mean, I'm like, okay, well, that's short and sweet. So, yeah, your spouse is on their way. Okay. Anything else? Like, nope. That was your question. Who's coming towards you? Your spouse. So while we're waiting, of course, now they add in, while we're waiting, though, can work on raising your self love, raising your relationship and your connection with your higher self and spirit while you wait. That just opens up your ability to give and receive love to the human world. The more you raise and open up your love to the higher realm, right? So I like that for you, Linksley. Short and sweet. You're like, yay, finally. You are very welcome, Starfall. All right. So, Marie Jones, hello, hello. And you like a reading for next week. All right, Marie, let's take a look here and see what does Spirit want you to know about next week here. All right. Well, the grass continues to grow. Yay! Seven of Pentacles. Last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. So there is progression, there is growth. Things are moving forward. Just continue to, carry the water, cut the wood, the old Buddhist saying. Just continue to do the daily work. And you have the justice card here, which is, they have the scales and the ace of swords, which is cutting away. This ace of swords allows you to see things from a higher perspective. You're able to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm that allow us to see things from a higher perspective, from a place of unconditional love, and allows us at the same time. So we're always out of balance when we start off. A lot of fears, a lot of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts, fears of failure, fears of rejection, fears of the blah blah blah. Right, all these fears, this long list of supposed tos. And this, we don't get a lot of this in the beginning, so that's why it's so outweighed. But as we put higher truth, capital T truth, based on unconditional love here, it starts to move it. But it's double edged. We can start cutting away these fears too as we question them, and it allows things to balance faster too. So while we're waiting, while the grass is growing, while that 7 of pentacles, the fruit, the tree is growing and doing its thing, we can look at doing that. That speeds things up. That is like adding miracle grow to the plant. It brings the fruit faster, right? So I feel like this is what they're having here for next week is just continue to focus on what your fears are, what triggers are coming up, what are the old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that we have that limit us and keep us restricted and small, and connect higher and do the dual diligence of connecting higher to higher thinking and cutting away old thinking, and things move forward. But I feel like it's a week of progression, of thinking, of doing that, is what's coming in with that. So that's what they have for you, Marie. So many blessings to you. All right. And so, Magana, you are up next. Hi. So, anything that's going to bring a significant change in your life coming towards you. All right. Let me take a sip here. So, let's take a look here. Anything that's going to be, what does Spirit want you to know, right? What is coming your way here? All right. Well, you definitely have some shaking and rattling going on here, right? So, we've got the 9 of Wands, which is this barrier. You keep on hitting your head against it going, "I need to get through here," but you keep on bumping up against it, and it's because there's this cage that the devil card, Capricorn, Saturn energy, which is really our shadow that wants to help us realize what's behind this. Why is this 9 of Wands energy? Why do I keep on hitting this block? Why can't things come to me that I'm wanting? I feel like, something's being held back. Like there's this force field around me. I want love consciously, but love doesn't come. I want abundance. It doesn't come. I want this job, this promotion, whatever it is we consciously are wanting. There's like this cage, and you're like, I want out and I want stuff in. And that's what's happening right here. What's coming forward is you're being brought all of this stuff. The Saturn energy, they're not subtle. They're going to bring like 5 things of the same thing into our face, either through other people going through it or our interactions with 5 different types of people. And we're going to see the same thing and going, wait a minute, I see a pattern here. And that's what they're doing, is they're trying to show you, yeah, the pattern is these bars that are keeping you restricted. And their whole kind of goal is to challenge and make us think about what are these thoughts and beliefs that are making me feel trapped. So that's what's coming forward for you here. Something that you can look at if you haven't checked out my Take 10 with Zen series. Um, Episodes 4 and 5 talk about fate and bringing things sooner, or is keeping things longer. It's a couple tools, and I feel like it's a good starting point that will trigger some other stuff for you, but there's some cool tools in there that bring some awareness around that type of situation too. So that's what they have for you right now, Magana, which is great because there's freedom out after it, because they're showing you the cage to show you that there's a door behind you that's not even locked, wasn't even closed, it's ajar, but they're shaking the cage to make you realize that you're in a cage and that you can leave it. So it's good stuff, good stuff. All right, Magana, that's what they have for you. So many blessings. And then Mia Mia, you are up next. I am well. I hope you are well. And want to know how your words will make you look like. All right. So the words that you have spoken or will speak, what impression will that leave on whoever's hearing that, right? So let's take a look here. It feels like here that it causes you to choose to go a different direction. And I feel like the words that you speak, like the temperance, this is patience. It fall. I don't know why it says it falls on deaf ears. I feel like it's just do 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 do. It's like someone just going back and forth. It's like they've got 2 cups and they're just going slowly pouring things back and forth. and you're talking to them and they're just like, "Uh-huh." And you can tell that they're focused on the slowness of pouring the cups back and forth, and you're like, "You're not really responding to me, you're just going, 'Uh-huh, uh-huh.'" And it feels like it's falling on deaf ears. It feels like the communication that you have doesn't have any effect on speed or action. It's just dee doo 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 doo, just keep going, and that causes you to change directions. Or if this communication is about you changing directions, it still doesn't impact them, because we've got the 9 of Pentacles, which is you being independent, the hermit's journey with you being in the garden by yourself, feeling fine, feeling abundant, feeling full with spirit. And that I feel like that's where this leads here. I don't feel like there's any action that comes in with that energy there. So that is what's coming in there for you, Mia. Hopefully that makes sense to you. But that's what's coming through with those cards right now. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list here. We got VD Jalan. Hello, hello. So you feel like you're restricting and limiting yourself from growth. Um, and what's the step that spirit says that you like advice from spirit? What can you take? What actions or steps can you take to help you towards that? All right. Yeah. Well, look at all these people sitting down. Well, maybe you need to sit down, but we'll go through these. So you have the Justice card, which is balancing your fears. This is continuing, the Ace of Swords allows you to connect to the capital teachers of the higher realm while at the same time cutting away your fears. So it's like if you feel like you're stagnant, if you feel like you're limiting yourself, there's some fears that are limiting you, right? And so they're saying connect more to the unconditional love of the higher realm. See yourself from a higher perspective. See it all from a higher perspective, right? Because when we feel like we're restricting and limiting ourselves from growth, in a way, our thoughts and beliefs around growth are what limit us, because if we feel like I have to grow and I don't feel I'm growing, there's a fear maybe at the core of that of what if I don't grow? What's going to happen? Is there judgment? Is there fear of what happens if you don't grow? What happens if you don't do another thing the rest of your life and you sit where you're at right now, right? What if you just sit and sit and sit? So they're showing all this here. So this is looking into our fears, and that's the biggest thing that we can do. What triggers come up when we sit still and we do nothing? What are we fearing, right? We've got the Queen of Pentacles, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. So maybe get out into nature. That can help bring clarity. That comes in here because this is new birth, nurturing yourself, freeing yourself from a lot of expectations. She's like the Empress who doesn't have a whole lot of rules. She wants to get out into nature and be free and open. The King of Cups balances heart and mind as well. So there is this balancing energy that comes in with both of these individuals, because that's balancing heart and emotion, and this is balancing fears and love too, right? So get out into nature. If you feel you're stuck, I have a lot of free content on my page too, and I don't know why they're recommending this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. If you there's a I think I still have it, in a beautiful butterfly just went by the window. Transformation. It's getting to know the 2 of you. It's you times 2. I think I have that public to everyone. You times 2, which is all about, the journey that you're on, getting to know the 2 of you, your human character and your higher self. And that's like the 2 sides of that scale. So I feel like that might bring clarity. It's 40 videos, I think. Usually not more than 20 minutes. They're 20 minutes and less, that just show you how you can connect to your higher self and how you can see things from both perspectives. So if that resonates, check it out. All right. And that is what they have for you, VD. So many blessings to you. And thank you for your thirst of wanting to grow and search. Um, but we're here on a journey and an adventure, right? When it becomes to feel like work, then we know that it's turned into work rather than an adventure, right? So that is what they have for you. All right. And then let me take a look here. This is when we started the donations. Let me just make sure I'm not skipping over anyone. All right. So Sana Samarine, you are up next here. So uh, your future with Fahad, should you trust him? Let's take a look here and see. Are they trustworthy or what Spirit wants you to know about trusting them here and anything about the future? Okay. Well, we've got with the future here, we've got double endings and double beginnings. We got the judgment card here, which is your higher self calling you to a higher and different place. Um, and then we also have the Empress card, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, nurturing yourself, new birth, newness. So we've got endings and beginnings and a lot of nurturing you. I feel like that with this that I don't feel like they are what they're able to offer you right now is lower vibrational experiences. When we have these fears and how we think about the old ways of being and our fears, and it's just it doesn't feel like where your spirit wants to take you, right? And so I feel like they're saying that should I trust humans? Not unless I wanna be disappointed, because humans, when they go into fight or flight mode, they go into self-preservation mode. I feel like spirit is going, who you can trust is me. Turn inward and upward to me. I am trustworthy. Humans aren't. Humans will disappoint you, and it's a fact, because when they go into fight or flight mode, we go out of our minds. We do stupid stuff that is not intelligent, not compassionate, not loving. It just is a 2-year-old with a pet cat that just wants to do whatever it can to feel safe and in control again. And it's like, oh, well, I can't trust them. I can't trust a human. Not, not, nope. Not 100%. You can trust them with some stuff, but just you can also trust that they're going to disappoint us at some point, because the human side of us is not perfect. And I feel like this is what they're saying here is this inward and upward journey is that they're having you focus on, right? So I feel like this is where they're saying to, just be aware of what they're able to offer. If someone's it's like going into a restaurant that only offers hamburgers. Well, if you want something else, it's not on the menu. Don't expect them to go make it for you. Just go, okay, you're a burger joint. You're gonna only going to be able to give me burgers. If I want a 10-course meal, I need to go to a different restaurant, which is actually inward and upward, right? So hopefully that helps, Sana. Many blessings to you. All right, let me just make sure I'm not skipping anyone here. All right, whoops. So sorry. All right, VD, very good. All right, so Benita Bala. So why is Daniel attracted to you? Is it looks, personality? What is he attracted to? Let's take a look here. All right, well, um, yes. On one, the Leo energy here, which is all about looks, not all about, not to offend Leos, but Leos are usually fire signs are usually very attractive, and Leos are like, okay, I see what you're saying there. They're vibrant. They have this sunshine. They draw people in. So this is this energy of you are attractive, and that's why you're attracting them and other people. But it is this brightness, this passion. So there is this that kind of energetic and physical attraction. But then we have Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, this nurturing feeling. Sensuality comes in here too. So I feel like a big piece of it is they start off being physically attracted, energetically attracted, but they love the nurturing energy that you have as well. They love this divine femininity that you exude from you as well. No cups here yet. And I don't feel like, quite honestly, a lot of masculine energy in our realm are more attracted energetically and physically first, and then emotions are allowed to come out. um, Whereas our feminine energy, and so however whoever anyone has, because it's mixed. You can have people who identify as men, that they have this great amount of emotion, and then attraction comes with it. And there's other people, the opposite, right? And so I feel like it's all of that. So hopefully that makes sense. But that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. Hey, Minu, I'm doing well. I hope you are doing well as well. And you'd like to know Parveen's true feelings for you. All right. Let's take a look here and see what we've got. All right. Well, so they've definitely got thinking with the Knight of Swords. There's movement of thought. So I feel like they're a big thinker, um, more than a feeler. And we have the Page of Wands, which is attraction. So again, we're coming in here with a mental kind of cerebral type of individual who thinks a lot. In uh, instead of asking like, how do they feel about me? It's like, what do they think about me? Because they do a lot of thinking. There's attraction, so they're attracted to you physically and energetically, but it's more thinking and thoughts, and it's all up here, rather than emotional at this point. And it's just because of who they are. Maybe they are an air sign, and so they immediately go to thinking about who you are, what do you do, blah blah blah. Just a lot of analysis of you, and sometimes I feel like they can get into their head, but they're doing a lot of thinking. You have activated a lot of thought, and everything that goes up in their head here. So I do see that. And then with the Page of Wands. So not really the emotion activated yet. It's more the mind, that's doing the reeling in of the heart, not allowing the heart to leap forward. But it's still positive signs. I mean, I know we wish we could have it all. I want to be on their mind and in their heart, and I want them to be attracted to me, and I want them to have action in the outside world. Yeah, that's what we all want, right? When we want a relationship. But that's all they can offer at this point, because that's who they are, you know? It's what they're born with, their cerebralness, their attractionness, but they were taught to keep their heart in check, um, either through praise or punishment when they were growing up. So allow them to unfold, but that's what's coming in right now, Minu. Hopefully that helps you understand them a little more. But that's what's coming in. So many blessings to you. Right. And Viti, thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate that. And if you have a question, I don't see one having popped up yet. So hopefully the chat is working good. The chat just seems really slow this morning. As far as usually there's like a lot of people. So I don't know, maybe there's something going on in the world. Or wait, is it I think we went to Mercury retrograde. So hopefully we're not having issues. So apologies. I think someone would let me know somewhere if we were. So, right, VD, if you do have a question, you can pop it down below, and then I'll complete that next. So until then, just for time's sake, I'm going to jump to Kimberly. Hey, Kimberly. I am doing good. I hope you're doing well. Oh no. Well, I got that message, VD. So try it again. So who knows? Who knows what's going on here? All right. So will going for the job at the care home be good for you? All right. So is it for your highest experience or yeah, we'll ask that here. Is it for your highest experience? And I'm just going to pull an extra card of like, what kind of experience would that be for you? All right. Oh, I'm so sorry. I know I was ill in a couple nights. I had like I think it was allergies, just drainage. It was like Niagara Falls. I'm like, where's all this coming from? Do I have a snot bag in my head? I didn't know. Wow. So I like this for you. This is doing the work, has progression. It does bring things for you here. And then you have the Seven of Wands, which is stand your ground and stand up for you there. I asked what kind of experience working at the care home would be, and you have the Hierophant, which it will show you and help you see what it is you truly want in your life. I feel like it's going to bring a lot of capital T truths, and it just really causes you to have this inner focus of who do I want to be, what do I want to do, and I almost feel like, especially if it's a care home, what they're showing me is like people pass away, right? And I feel like being around where people are, having these difficulties, people are passing away, that it makes you realize it's almost like, what am I waiting to live my dream? What is my dream? You know, life isn't forever. I feel like it brings this not urgency, but it brings clarity of what is it I want to do? How do I want to be? Where do I want to go off to? And that type of thing. And I like it. It's like it really helps you realize what makes my heart sing, what makes my heart feel full. But I feel like there's some individuals you meet that just really help you clarify what it is you wanna do with your life, um, and maybe it is, like, I wanna get into medical, maybe I wanna do this, or this is how I wanna help people, um, you know, I just feel like there's clarity that comes in. So I feel like, it is a positive outcome, for you. You put in the work, it brings you progression in the outside world, but I definitely feel like it brings, great clarity, and it allows you to I like that 7 of Wands standing your ground, and, it allows this clarity to come in where, like, "I know what I wanna do, and I'm gonna do it regardless what anyone else says or thinks." So, I like it. I like it. Alright, VD. Keep trying, VD. I don't know why it keeps getting removed. There it goes. Oh, it's not getting posted. But I'm getting those messages, just not that. Maybe it's a word you're using. Maybe are you cussing, VD? Are you using a cuss word? Try rephrasing it maybe. Because if there's a word or something, sometimes because I don't think I have any filters on my chat, or I have the standard one. So sometimes, you know how that goes. Not on Instagram. Can you email it to me? Because I don't have my Instagram open because will might slow the stream. But if you send it to me at bruddaZEN@gmail.com, my email address is in the description box. I have my email open so I can see when donations are made, but I try to limit the amount of stuff I have open during the stream so that it doesn't slow it down and do that. So if you can send it there, um, that would be okay. Very good. Sorry, don't know what's going on. Although I think we did enter Mercury retrograde, or we are, or something. So it's like, uh oh, but we're not going to put that energy. We're all grateful for smooth running systems, right? All right, Kimberly. Yeah. Well, it can be sad, but that's the other thing is we realize sometimes we're ready to go, right? I've had a good life. I'm ready. Take me. um, but I think it allows you to see things too. It allows you to because I feel like there's gonna be at least 1 or 2 people you meet that are very positive about their life, that they're just like, "You know what? I've had a good life. I'm ready to go," and they'll give you words of wisdom of, "Live your dream now, don't wait," "No regrets," "Be you," I feel like there's, like, little old lady, I could just see her, she's just like, "So," like, "Come on, do it, go for it. What are you doing? What's your dream, honey?" It just is really, beautiful, so I like it. Alright. So that is what they have for you, Kimberly, so many blessings to you. Isn't that cute? I just love it. It's almost like I don't know if you, they use memories and, because I used to watch a lot of TV and a lot of movies growing up, it was my escape. They're, you know, um, post not posting, poking a memory. The little old lady that she did a little, rap, "A hip, a hop, a hippy dippy hop." And she's just so cute. So that's what's coming in. All right. All right, Vidi, perfect. I will look for your email here. All righty. You are very welcome. All right. So we did those. We did those. All right. And then Alex, you are up. So ours feelings and intentions for you. Let's take a look here and see what they have. All right. So, well, they definitely have feelings. I mean, the Queen of Cups is deep, 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 deep emotional feelings. But I feel like they're so deep, you're like, is there even anything there? Because it's so deep. I don't know if they allow it to get to the surface. Maybe if they're a water sign or a water moon, I can understand. Like they definitely have a lot of emotion in general. That sometimes I feel like they have it's an ocean of feeling, and it's difficult for them to separate things and to share it. They experience emotion so much. I feel like they're very emotional, interesting. But the next actions we have the Wheel of Fortune, which tells us like whatever it is that even your human feels that it's for you. It's the tune of for you, the for tune, right? And so, whatever unfolds here, and I feel like something's about to start spinning here. Usually, when we have the Wheel of Fortune, it's endings and beginnings, but it feels like it is, you know, like I said, it's always everything is always for us. But the Wheel of Fortune tells us even our human feels that it's for us, and I feel that it is happening soon, coming up here. But definitely a lot of emotion. I just feel like especially when we have a super blue full moon in Pisces next Wednesday. Talk about emotional explosions. You guys are probably feeling it already. Just a lot of emotion. So that is what's coming in there for you, Alex. So many blessings to you. NVIDIA, I just got your email, so I'll check that here in a sec. And let me just mark where I'm at here. So angel blessings, you'll be the next one up here after VD. All right. So thank you for your dual donations there, VD. And let's take a look here. So, very cool. The fashion designer. Bam. Okay, so let's take a look here at the first one here. So regarding the fashion design here. All right. All right. Yeah, I do like this for you. So you do I see you here leaving behind emotions and beliefs and relationships that no longer serve you, and you're heading off into what feels like wish fulfillment, because that's what the Nine of Cups is, and this is where this person is headed off to. And you got the King of Pentacles, which is abundance, victory, fruition, a lot of that coming in here. So definitely very strong here. Like I feel like what's important for you is to leave behind a lot of the thinking, because you do have the eight of swords here, which is again, two eights is flowing. And part of this flow is leaving behind the emotions and thoughts that no longer serve you, limiting thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, right? So as you're going into this, realize that you being true to the authentic you is what allows you to move into this, not going the route or, you know, having the same, well, this is what they want to hear, so I'm going to say this or blah, blah, blah. Just being true to you allows you to express yourself. And that's what they're looking for. They're not looking for, oh, another person that wants to do this. They want freshness. They want fresh ideas. They want fresh energy, fresh imagination, eyes wide open, adventure, excitement, right? Which I see that with here too, with the 7 of Wands, you standing your ground and you standing up for what you want and who you are, and it does, it brings joy, celebration, energetic stability here. So I know that, you've shared before, I feel like what Spirit's bringing back to me anyway, that, "Oh, I'm a little timid and I'm a little, um, maybe unsure of myself at times or whatever," but this is like, girl, be you, because they want you. They don't want you copycatting and trying to be someone else. They want you, and you sharing yourself, you sharing you is what they're wanting to see here. So that is what is coming in here for that first question. And then the second one, okay. All right, very good. So let's take a look here at love and see what does spirit wants you to know here around love. Well, you definitely there are possibilities for love here. But like you said, there's things that we can do here is we've got these two cards here that represent, you got the 20, you know, 10 and 10 here, and you've got the 2. Both of these equal 2. One is about seeing things from a higher perspective. This is your higher self calling you to a higher love, and so that's an important step of everything because we cannot love others more than to the extent we love ourselves, right? And we can't receive love from others more than the extent we love ourselves. So that pipeline of love to the outside world all depends on our pipeline between us and our higher self, because that's our self love, right? So the more you're being invited here to grow this relationship with your higher self, inward and upward, so you can experience the unconditional love from the upper worlds. And that allows you to change the energy, right? Because with the 2 of Wands, whatever we focus on is what grows and expands. And, we talk about if I focus on what I feel is missing in my life, telling the universe I enjoy missing things. So can you make me miss things more? It's like, oh no. Or we focus on what we hate in our life. Then we're telling the universe, I really enjoy hating these things. Can you bring me more things to hate and more of that I want to hate? And we don't realize that's what we're doing because we're taught to focus on our fears, what we don't want, what we feel is missing, what we fear will come in and leave our lives, right? But instead, when we focus on gratitude, we focus on higher unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter, then that expands. It's like you walk into a donut store and you're pointing at a donut in the glass case. Well, the baker's going to bring you a dozen of those donuts. When you're like, I hate those. So like, don't point at what you hate and what you don't want or what you feel is missing in your life, right? We focus on what we love and what we do want, and we get dozens of that instead, which is what we have here with the 10 of Pentacles, which is the abundance. We have the relationship and the children and the dog and the, ancestry. It's a legacy card. We've got the castle and the money. This is the dream that most people have, right? And this is what we're being nudged toward, but that is possible. That's the possibility, but we focus on raising our love vibration with our higher self, focus on what we do want, and then that grows in our life. The more we focus on, if I'm focusing on that love is missing in my life, I'm telling the universe, I really enjoy stagnancy and missing love. Can you bring me more of that? And it's like, sure, whatever you'd like. So I do see here, when we're looking at anyone towards you, I don't feel like right now because we're looking at higher, the Ace of Swords is looking at new ways of thinking from a higher perspective that releases fears. And I feel like you are also releasing thoughts and beliefs and mindsets about the shoulds, the supposed tos, the need tos. Like, well, this is what I've been taught I'm supposed to want, but what is it you truly want? In this, we've got this Hermit card, which is inward and upward again, connecting with spirit and yourself, finding out what it is I want. You're getting clarity around what you truly want in relationships, and rather than bringing in something you don't want and have you stuck with it, they're kind of keeping it away from you so that you can focus on this instead. You have the moon card too. There's the deep emotions. Mother Luna, this is taking care of you and your emotions, diving deep and seeing what's under there. So right now the love is all about focusing in on who you are, what you want, and they're having you raise your love vibration so you don't draw in lower vibrational relationships and people, because those end up low vibrationally. you know Cheating, lying, arguing, wonderful, wonderful mirrors for us. But I feel like your spirit's like, nah, we don't want to do that. That's why they're kind of blocking people being in your life until you're able to raise your love vibration to that higher vibration where you'll draw in people and experiences that are of the higher love vibration. So hopefully that helps um, with that there. But that's what's coming in right now. I feel like it's paused, but it's for you. You're not being punished. It's you're being kind of saved from having these relationships and interactions that you've had enough of those. I feel so. That's what's coming in, BD. Hopefully that helps. And again, thank you so much for your donations. I greatly appreciate that. Absolutely, and many blessings to you, VD, and many blessings on the job interview. I feel like those are going to go really well. Just be you, be you. All right, and AF Gemini, hello, hello. Thank you for your donation. And boom, right on cue. Your question, boom. So you want to know Taurus's current feelings towards you? Excuse me. All right, let's take a look here. So their current feelings towards you. And will you, whoa, all right. And then will you see each other this weekend? All right. All right. Well, their current feelings for you here. I mean, we've got this, of course, the slow moving night, which is earth energy, which, if a Taurus is going to have any night, it makes sense that it's the earth one, but it's the slowest moving too. Deer, 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 right? So they are slow moving, but that doesn't mean that there's not a lot going on underneath the surface. It got the Nine of Cups, joy, celebration, emotional wish fulfillment. So they do feel and they see you as wow, they do you know, you fill all these cups, all these emotions with them, right? And then got the Hierophant, which this is what's going on below the surface here. There's a lot of thinking about who do I want to be? What do I want in life? And I like that they're slow and steady here. And based on their past, I feel they don't want to rush into something and not that they would ruin someone's life, but they don't want to hurt anyone because they've been hurt before where they went all in because someone said that they were all in and then they were all out and then the Taurus was all out. It's like, "Oh, wow." And so they want to make sure they very much learn this harsh lesson is what I almost feel like they'd say it. I learned a harsh lesson of, you know, your decisions impact people's lives. So if you're going to make a decision that involves someone, you better make sure 100 or 200% that it's what you want. And I feel like that's what they're doing. And I feel it's very respectful there. Um, See each other this weekend. It's kind of in the fork in the road. I feel like there's this flow. They're letting go of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that aren't serving them. So I think they're on a thinking binge. But if they close the eyes and open their heart, yeah. But I feel like they're in their mind a lot right now. Let me see. Any advice on what would turn out positively? Let's take a look here. Thanks. I don't even realize when I make sound effects anymore. I've done them all my life. Right. Yeah. So again, I feel like there is an opportunity. It's like, you're either gonna feel that or that, right? So I feel like they're, going back and forth. Here's the 10 of cups, which is after the 9 of cups, and the feeling abandoned and left out in the cold. So it's like, well, and I feel like this is what's going back and forth in their mind. They're like, "Do I wanna take the chance? It could end up this way, but it could be 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 this way. I don't know. Which one do I wanna do?" I just feel like they're going back and forth, um, on here. So, I don't know if there's, if we I don't know if there's a way to reach out without expectation on how it could come across to them, of like, "Hey, um, do you wanna go see a movie?" Yeah, because they got the power of choice. So, again, going back and forth between the 2, they're like, "Hmm, hmm, 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 hmm." So, undetermined in this moment in time with their current energies here, but I don't know, I was just trying to think if there's any way to approach inviting someone to go do something without them thinking there's expectations around it so that they feel like they might fail, right? Or what's behind all this? You know, but I think that's why they kept on giving me choice cards. They're like, you can't. It's up in it all's in their head. We can make it easier or harder for people to choose unconditional love or fear, but ultimately they make the choice. So don't fret over what you can or cannot do to make them hang out or not. It's like, well, you know what? I'm going to give it to the universe. I'm going to go enjoy myself and we'll see. And if anything happens, you know, that you would like to invite them to, the worst that you could hear is no, right? Well, I can't this weekend. Okay, no problem. Just thought it was something you'd enjoy, but another time. Bye bye. Zoom zoom. Right. So that is what is coming in there. Yeah, you're tripping, Her Highness. How these readings work is I honor donations and I prioritize those. I don't show a donation from you, so you actually are next up after Angel Blessings, but I go out of order when there's a donation because I honor that energy exchange. So you are tripping. But you never know. Sometimes old man eyes go over things too. So it never hurts to go, by chance, did you overlook my question? Because it has happened. But definitely. But that's what they have for you, AF Gemini. So hopefully that helps. All right. So angel blessings. Yeah, I'm only going to be on for about 10 more minutes. So um angel blessings, you are up next, and any blessings coming to you soon. Let's take a look here. I think I only have got a couple people left. Actually, I think it just might be the 2 of you that are left. So let's take a look here. All right. So, any blessings coming soon? All right. Well, you might consider this a blessing. I feel like they're saying here, because you have this alone time. It's like spirit is inviting you into this alone time to connect with them, because they've got this quest for higher knowledge, this quest for seeing things from a higher perspective, right? For seeing this, beautiful, uh, higher capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love that help you cut away some thoughts and beliefs that no longer serve you. That's always a blessing. The more that we connect to the higher realm, the more clarity we get and see how this world is so it's a giant amusement park full of fear rides that we're cutting away these thoughts and these beliefs and these mindsets that can come in. So I feel like the blessing that's coming to you soon is that you're getting these ahas from spirit, and the more time you can, not that you have to become a complete hermit, but the more time you can spend between you and spirit, the more ahas you get, and it's like wow, and it just releases stuff out of your life that have been holding you back before, that have been keeping you from being happy in certain situations. So I like this, free angel blessings. It definitely feels freeing with all of that. So I like it. I like it. All right. And that's what they have for you. So easy breezy there. Oh, Her Highness. So hello. You're just here to learn. I am okay. I hope you are doing okay. Thanks for checking in. So now I see like you're like, why are you ignoring me? I didn't see it until now. So many blessings to you, Highness. All right. And then let's see here. Sadeshni, thank you telling me that you are still here because I do see your question here. So we will jump to that one. And then I think that might be everybody here. Let me see. All right. All right, so infinity. Okay, so Destiny, I'll try to get into you there. I'm going to be having to head off of here in about 8 minutes to head over to my praying mantis session. I do have a donation, so I'm going to jump and prioritize that. And then anyone else, I may not be able to get to you in this session, but if you do want to become a member, praying mantis is $7.99 a month. And you get access to all my free sessions with them that follow these sessions and some other stuff too. So if you want to check it out, check out the membership video at the very top of the pinned comments here. All right, so Infinity. He said, "Does this Leo think you are the one?" Ooh, all right. And thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Let's take a look and see. All right, let's see what we got here. I think that they're working things out. I mean, because here's the Leo energy here. And we got the Six of Wands, which is this victory, which is this scene, which is positive here. So I feel like they have this positive outlook and this positive outcome, but they've got even though they're a Leo, they're doing a lot of thinking here because look at all these. You've got the Nine of Swords, which is the nightmare insomnia card, where they've got so many thoughts and beliefs and mindsets about what the one means, um, that it's freaked them out in the past. But what I like about it though is that they've got the King of Swords and the Ace of Swords, which means I mean, this is a huge thinker. They're really in their minds looking over all this stuff, questioning this long list that no one, um, there's like all of this stuff, that's on here. And, it's like, wow, there's this energy of thinking and cutting away all of these expectations, all of these opinions that they've been given all their life of the supposed to, the should, the need to, the have to, the must. And that's what I feel like ultimately they want you to be the one with, these cards here. But I feel like that the list that they were given in their life, like all of us really, is impossible. Like no one can match up to it. And that's why they're questioning and going, "Well, is this really necessary? Let me get rid of that one," because they want you to be, and they're, like, looking at this going chunking stuff because they're, like, questioning and going, "Why do I even want that? Do I really want that?" And so there's a lot of mental it's like almost steam coming out of their ears of the amount of thinking that they have going on here. So hopefully that makes sense. It's like they want you to be, and now they're going down this rule list of what the one means, and they're clarifying it. So I like it. It's I feel like honored by their attempt to chunk stuff and get rid of stuff, right? Absolutely, absolutely. You are very welcome, and thank you so much for your donation. All right. Hey, Mia, thank you for your donation as well. And so, what spirit beings watch over you? All right, let's take a look here and see which ones I want you to know here. And Sudeshni, I'll still try to get to you here. We'll see how close I can cut it here. All right, let's take a look here. What spirit beings? All right. Yeah, I love it. So you have the magician card, which represents this is our higher self, which is a conduit of energy that we bring down here. And you also have the king of wands, which represents the highest spiritual energy. So your higher self is here. They're like, overall, your capital S higher self watches over you. And they're like, I got you. You're me and I am you. I got you. I am your conduit to all spirit beings, and I am watching over you. You are never alone. So I love that coming in there, because they're like, hey, you know, I'm it. I'm the biggest one, right? But you also have this mother energy, this mother nature, mother nurture energy coming in here. So very divine feminine energy. If you do have a mom that's on the other side or a grandmother, it definitely is this divine feminine energy, huge nurturer, that surrounds you. Someone who is their own person too. I feel like they kind of went against the grains quite a bit and didn't care what other people thought. It's like someone who would everyone loved and they loved everyone, even if it was people like, why is does she love those people? Because she loved everyone. She had this, it's like this purity that comes in with this energy here. You also have the Page of Wands. This is a lower, like a younger type of feeling energy as well. So if you had someone that passed when they were younger, then there's this energy of a youthful type of energy that's around you all the time too, bringing you messages. Part of your posse, part of your team that's there, but you have a huge uh, support team. I mean, you've got your guardian angel and your angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones that have gone to the other side, ancestors, unicorns, fairies, leprechauns. That they're being funny now, but they say, close your eyes and open your heart, and we're communicating to you all the time. You do have a large host of beings around you, but it just takes closing your eyes to open your heart, raising your love vibration to that frequency of the higher realms, and they will bring clarity. They won't meddle in your life either unless you invite them to bring you signs and synchronicities. They'll bring stuff like so that you'll remember they're behind you going, like, oh, that's right. All the spirit beings are around me. They'll bring you signs and stuff just to nudge you to go, hey, we're here if you need us. Hey, we're here if you need us. But they won't meddle unless of you ask of your own free will for them to meddle in your life. So be sure to do that. All right, Mia, those are what they who wanted you to know about right now. So that is what they have. So many blessings to you. And so Sudeshni, hello, hello. Glad you are well. And you want to say, if a relationship would work with done, if you give it a chance, it's long distance, a businessman. All right, let's take a look here and see what the outcome based on current energies would be. It does seem like there'd be a lot of conflict, some energetic conflict with the long distance here. I feel like here, normally the 6 of Cups lately has been more past life connections, but I feel like you're gonna have someone that's coming back into your life from your past. I don't feel like it's someone like you were engaged to or dated or anything like that, but I feel like there's a someone from your past that comes back in. So I feel like it's not I feel like this gets thrown out because there's someone that makes you feel, um, more like home. It feels very a deep connection with someone from the past. And possibly too, it feels like you've known them from the past in this lifetime, but I feel like when they come back into your life, now that you're more aware of your spiritual side, you're gonna feel like this underlying, like, I feel like I've known you before this lifetime too. And because there's a special connection. So I'd say on this businessman, and just be aware of someone else that's coming into your life. So I feel like that's what they have for you, Sudeshni, right now. So enjoy the journey, though. You can always choose what you want. Just know that you're like, well, they'll be good for a while. I'll still, I'll still, dangle for a little bit, but I don't know. Too funny. All right. So many blessings to you. And I think that is everyone here. Let me just scroll down here. Do need to jet off. Okay. We did those. We did those. You're so nice, Her Highness. Hey, Anita, I'm so sorry if you didn't hear me. I'm actually headed off to another session. So I'm not going to be able to get to your reading in this session. I'll screenshot it and I will either answer it. Yeah, oh, no, you don't need to apologize at all. I'm apologizing to you. I'll screenshot that and I'll either make you the first one in this evening's, or I can if you email me, I can email you back, or I can put it in the comments. Let me know what you're wanting, down there, and, we'll make it happen. Alright. Hey, Diksha. Hey, everybody. All right. So, Anita, if you, I don't see you answering which one you want. So, if you put it in the comments, I'll get that after my session. For everyone else, I am heading off to my praying mantis session. So, if I didn't get to you in this session, apologies. I will be back in 5 hours at 6 p.m. Mountain Time this evening. If you want to come back at that time there. And so I shall return. In the meantime, I do have a ton of free content on my main page. Um, like I have pick a cards. Here's like the most recent pick a card, but there's tons of other pick a cards that are available. If you need an answer right away. I also have a free series called Take 10 with Zen, which have some great little short videos in there. And if you haven't entered the giveaway for my weekly personal recorded readings, here's the link for that as well. So apologies to everyone I didn't get to, but I do need to jet. So please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you again, have a great rest of your day or night. Like I said, I'll be back at 6 p.m. Mountain Time in 5 hours. So you can come back and check me then. Otherwise, I'll be back tomorrow morning too at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So you guys hang in there. Take care.